course, Chris's camera bunks out right when it starts. That's okay. There we go. No, it's fine. You're fine.
Hey, everybody. Day 20.
Yeah.
I'm out here in my garage. Been
He's going
out
live
here for
from the garage. What are you drinking?
Drinking Goose Island IPA.
Oh, there you go. Ding. I got You ever seen Big Wave?
Yeah, I have seen that. Big Wave Golden Ale. I don't think I've had Golden Ale.
It's super good. It's one of my favorite beers. If I'm going light, this is probably my favorite beer.
Nice.
And I don't know, ever since I've been working from home, I've been hitting up Bevmo and getting super dark beers like stouts and porters and double IPAs, and I'm like, all right, I need to like switch it up for a bit because I feel like I just overdid it with the stouts and stuff.
Yeah, I can get heavy real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken a few days off and then went and had a glass of wine, and then we had some beers last night. Celebrating my son's birthday, quarantine
16.
birthday. Woohoo! 16, big 16.
Quarantine
16. So we did a Skype call on the Xbox, which is cool. So it was like on the couch with the whole family and talking to my sister in New York, and they're in they're in the Hamptons right now. Hunkered down, so it's much quieter where they are. But New York's a mess right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't remember the last thing I had seen. There were near 600 deaths in a day.
Yep. Yeah, they're blowing up, and then who knows what the rest of the country looks like. Everybody's been watching these videos of people not quarantined, people basically doing their own thing. It's just it's crazy.
People, man. I went to the store today because it's kind of like now my routine on Saturday to go shopping early in the morning for it'll usually be me and my wife, and my wife Jen will be shopping for us in one cart, and I'll be shopping for my parents in another cart. And
right.
It was kind of cool. They're the stores are adapting. They're like all over the store are these stickers on the ground with footprints and saying, hey, stay 2 carts away from apart from each other. Each aisle has like arrows going down it, so everybody goes the same way down an aisle, and then the next aisle is the other way around. So it's kind of like traffic directing, so you're not having to bump into people. Chris is getting beckoned.
No, sorry.
No, that's all right. It's all right. But I thought that was clever, having like one-way traffic down an aisle. That makes sense, because...
Yeah. No, I mean, it totally makes sense. And that's going to be the way we're going to have to deal with it for the next year at least. So, we might as well get it down now and adopt the behavior. I saw a picture of our local Aldi, and it was just people just lined up just like, they would have been months ago. And it's Aldi's like it's it's kind of like a Trader Joe's, but it's a little bit more budget, and not as health focused, I would say. Okay. But it's just disappointing. Our Trader Joe's and our I don't know that our local grocery store has done it yet, but they certainly are figuring it out. Like the lines have that, they have the spaces on there, stay 6 feet apart, but they don't have anything like that right now in our grocery stores where you've got the arrows. Costco seems to have taken a pretty aggressive approach to figure it out quick. So
they had a dude at the front of the store on the outside that as you roll up with your cart, he sprays your handlebar and rubs it down with disinfectant.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, all this is good.
Yeah, Trader Joe's was cool. You couldn't even get your own cart. They would have a cart for you, right? Or a basket for you. And they were already wiping them down. And there was a table outside and it had disinfectant. And the guy is standing there saying, you have to wait. And they wouldn't let you in unless somebody else came out. So letting in a limited number of people.
Smart.
It was pretty cool. I was, the guy's like, here, there's hand sanitizer, please use it, and please make sure that you respect everybody. And they kind of give a little speech to everybody before they walk in, about social distancing. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I was checking out, and I'm kind of groceries, he started putting them, scanning the groceries and putting them in a bag. And I walked over to the, to the, little pay area where you put your ATM in, your debit card. And he was like, "Oh no, would you mind just standing back?" And so I'm like, "Sure." Went back and hung out until he had checked everything. And then when he was done, he's like, "All right, cool," and come over. And so he kind of stepped back as I went to pay. So it was just an interesting process that we're all, like you said, we're all gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. So. I definitely noticed a lot more masks today. I don't know what percentage we're at, but like a lot of people were wearing masks. So that's good.
Well, the CDC put out something today about how to make your own masks. Not that those are really that. I mean, I get it. You're going to collect some particulates, but a cotton cloth isn't an N95 mask, and it's not like we should pretend like it is. It's better than nothing for sure. Yeah, but for sure. Definitely took a totally different approach than they have the last few months, with first basically lying and saying don't use masks. They're not as, they're not useful. They're not going to help. They could make things worse, which was just such bullshit. It was just wrong. Totally. What they were trying to do is telling people, this bad information, at least trying to stop people from buying masks because our medical staff needs it. We need those masks for people who work at the hospital and people who work with, with the highly infected patients. So I get that. That's totally, important, and we shouldn't go out and buy and hoard masks as the general public. But it doesn't mean misinformation should be the catalyst to get that done, and that's what they did.
Right. And then they did themselves a disservice by taking the dishonest route, and now people question government that much more, because they know that our government lies to you. So in many cases,
man, they lost a lot of trust, and now it's going to be hard, because you've lost such trust, and now you've got the people who are out there doing nothing, saying we don't care. I don't know what to believe. I'm getting this information over here, this information over there. Last week you told me it was no big deal. Now you're telling me I have to wear a mask. I don't believe any of it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's a really bad place to be in. But Bill Gates said something, the other night. He was on the Daily Show, and I saw, some of the clips from him talking in TED Talks in 2015 about how big of a deal a pandemic could be, and this is what we're really not prepared for. But the bottom line is, he basically said, when we all are wearing masks, that's when we can get back to some normalcy.
Yeah. Which
is a reality check. Obviously, we don't have the masks now, but when we all do, it'll be, that'll be when we can go out and have some normalcy, because everybody will have a mask.
Yeah, I hope
everybody.
I hope we flatten the curve before that, but I am not confident we will. But I know if we're all wearing masks, we'll clearly start to flatten the curve.
Yep.
I'm pretty convinced of that. So
what's been going on with you this weekend? It's we had a little birthday party last night. Made some food. Got up. Everybody slept in real late today. I was like pacing the house at 10 o'clock on.
Get up.
Like 10:30, but so we just kind of did chores today and cleaned out the garage, or we're in the process of doing that.
Yeah, I shopped, and it took a long time, and I was freaking tired after I was done shopping. I don't know why. It was it's just, I don't know if it's stress, or it's not like I had a huge cart load that I'm like pushing uphill or anything, but I just, I woke up early because I wanted to get there before the massive crowds, and it wasn't actually super crowded, but did that and just came home, and me and my wife were just kind of like, dude, we're tired. That took it out of us. And I don't know. Maybe it's because that's probably the most activity we're getting other than walking the dog, So, but I don't know. Maybe because I woke up. I stayed up late last night too. Stayed up late.
Yeah, you had a list with you. Did you have like a pen to check it off?
I did what you did. and like my mom sent me a list earlier in the week, so I wrote the list out in the order that I would pick it up in the store.
Right.
So I just kind of went whoop, 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 and then that made a big difference. Totally made a big difference.
Yeah, it totally does.
That was good.
That's
Um,
what I'm good at, logistics. I don't have
yeah.
any big run logistics for this summer, but so I have to start running my own logistics at the grocery store.
Yeah. I definitely a lot of things were out at the store. Like
Yeah.
last week I saw stuff out. This time, much more stuff was out. I got the last eggs in the whole store.
Wow.
Yeah. We got the last flour bag, bread flour
I haven't been
specifically.
able to find flour at any of the stores I've been to in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think
Crazy.
that's
Got a bag still, but I wanted to make some more bread, and I'm like, I don't know, let's just hold on to it. We really don't need it desperately right now, so
yeah.
let's just hold on to it, and. But yeah, that sucks. But definitely, what I found was the first time I went to the store, I had my list, but I didn't have a pen to check everything off. So I was like constantly going back on the list and going, yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this, and I thought, the next time I brought a little marker with me, and I'm just like, bzz, 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 bzz.
Mark.
The simple stuff, that you just don't think about that
Totally,
save you
man.
15, 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Speaking of the simple stuff, like last week, we did the shopping routine and we got to the car, and my wife takes the gloves off before we get in the car, and I didn't, just because you start to learn these things as you do them wrong. So I get in the car and I'm like, oh shit. So this week I remembered. I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna get this out. Actually, what I did, this is just by sheer luck, is that I had an extra plastic bag from the produce section that didn't have anything in it. So we just dropped our gloves in there, tied it off before we got in the car and got in. But then I call my parents to tell them I'm coming over, and I'd already used my phone in the store, right? So I'm like, fuck, It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just like,
But
you
that's the type
know,
of thinking, right? You got to change your mindset. It's
yeah,
like, okay,
have to have a
this
routine.
touched this touched that touched this.
Yeah,
And I don't know why this reminds me of. Well, here, let me tell you my process. So basically, what I do is I pack up the car, we put it all in the trunk. Don't necessarily open the front door. I don't need to open the door. I just put it in the trunk. And then I'll take the cart back, keep my gloves on until I take the cart back, put the cart back, and then take my gloves off and throw them in the in the garbage can on the way back. It's
yeah,
right by the door. So,
yeah,
um, yeah, it just reminded me, like just the rate of contagion. It reminded me of this tweet I saw yesterday, and it was like in UT, I think. I don't know what university. It was a university somewhere in Utah, and it was these like 15 people playing volleyball. I was like, what? Like volleyball, like of all the things, like you hit the ball gets the contagion and it goes back. And I'm like, my comment was, I'm literally watching the contagion during this video go to 15 people and bounce back and forth for an hour. Everybody's, so no matter what, they're all sharing whatever they're sharing for that game, the duration of the game.
yeah.
And it's like, who cares if you wash the ball off? Like, you guys have been batting it back and forth. It's like, I just think that's the dumbest. I just don't get it. Yeah. But
I don't get it, man.
I did see some kids playing soccer. It was like volleyball, but they were batting it back and forth with their feet, over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, until
Better,
somebody's got to touch it.
better. Yeah, right.
So, yeah, today we got exercise, got some work done. Our dog is happy to be outside for most of the day. It was good. Bunch of people in the neighborhood walking by. Everybody was keeping their distance, and it's clear where we all are. So that's. I don't think in our neighborhood we necessarily have a lot of people that don't take it seriously for some reason. I just think it happens to be in other areas. So we're pretty tight, all of our neighbors, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I pulled out the scooter today because I gotta fix the carburetor. So I ordered a carburetor today. I'm gonna go pick that up, and the guy was pretty cool at the parts, the bike place. He's like, yeah, no sweat. Just I'll call you on Tuesday. You can come, call me when you're in the parking lot. I'll come and deliver it. I'll come and bring it out to you. He's like, I'm not gonna, touch it. And basically, we're going to get the package. I'm going to, put the package on the counter when the guy delivers it, and then I'll bring it out to the car. It's like we've got a pretty clean process here. We're trying to work on, so.
Perfect.
I'll spend some time Tuesday night repairing it, getting it back in order. This is let's see here. A little.
Look at that thing.
Honda Elite. It's an 80cc, man.
Is that bugs on the front?
Oh, it's like I don't know. The guy who did it is his own custom job. It's like a gold paint with a little speckle. See here. This is their
side view
skeleton. These are little.
What is that?
Skeleton. It's a skeleton mirror.
It's I see it now. Like a skeleton hand. That's funny.
So I bought this scooter when I lived in Philadelphia for almost 3 months. I was working out there for the papal visit
for work.
Yeah, so we went out there, and I basically drove out there and out from Chicagoland and got a basket and put it on the back of the RV that we were using for our office for the duration. So I did all the homework, and I had been to Philadelphia, and I'm like, the bridges are maximum speed limit of 45 miles per hour. This thing can top out at like 44. So I'm good. I wasn't good. We were working at the airport, and we had to get into the city every day, and I like there were police cars passing me at 70 miles an hour on the bridge. I'm like on the bridge, almost getting blown over, and I think about remember the scene with Police Academy and like Police Academy 2 or 3 where the nerdy guy is on the scooter and he's like, pass me. Yeah. he's doing 20 miles an hour. That's how I felt. But it's fun. It's a fun it was a great investment. A rental car would have cost me $1,600 plus for the time I was there, and this costs $900. So
there you go. And the gas is cheap, right?
Oh yeah, I fill up $3 if that. Now it's probably less than $2.
Yeah,
it's like a gallon.
Less than $2? Nah. Well, maybe. Jeez. I mean, here we're about I think $3.20, but that's cheap. So.
I think we're like in the dollar or something. I don't know.
There's
a couple of places I know that were 99 cents in the area.
Dude, that's crazy.
We have.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
We've got Canada and a lot of oil refineries around here, but that was something I heard on the radio. And there's a lot of talking about getting the last eggs and milk. I just read about a Wisconsin dairy that just literally dumped gallons and gallons and gallons of milk because they couldn't sell it.
That's crazy.
They had to get rid of it. And it's like, yeah, I guess, we're all going to the grocery store buying those essentials. And milk is an essential, but how much milk can you buy and not go to the store in 3 weeks?
Yep, true.
Yeah, I'm probably not buying as much.
Yeah, cheapest gas here is $2.70. That is definitely cheap for us.
It's only going to get cheaper.
Yep.
And then one day it'll be back to normal. Nobody will be able to afford it at that point.
Yeah, right.
So the country is getting pretty crazy. We'll see what's happening in the next couple of weeks as far as numbers go. I think it's this crazy war online right now of people who don't care and people who do care. If you look on our Nextdoor app and other apps, it's half the people are saying whatever, I can still live my life and do what I want, and another, or maybe not half, maybe it's 70-30 at this point. 30% of the people are whatever, and the other 70 are appalled that the rest of the rest of the country isn't complying. And Bill Gates said something in that interview that was interesting. He said, we're all into this together. He's like, we can't shut down borders. We're not going to shut down the California-Nevada border. We're not going to police our borders, and United States is in this together. So if one state's screwing it up for everybody else, we're all going to have to be extended. That time is going to be, extended further out, and it's just awful. And that's the thing. That's what's so frustrating to not, to already be day 20, and we're looking at guys who just got back from spring break, or people who are sitting in harbors on a cruise ship. I'm sorry, I feel bad for them, but who gets in a cruise ship 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I rode when I was, I'm sure I'll go back to work, but when I was commuting to work, I was on the bus, at least on the way home, with a guy that lives, a couple blocks away from me. And this had to have been, I'm guessing, a month, maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks ago. And he's like, and he had told me about this trip for a long time because he had it planned for like a year. It was an anniversary. And he's like, yeah, I'm going on a cruise. And this was after the whole princess cruise thing. The Diamond Princess, right? And I was kind of like, so in my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? But I'm like, on the outside, I'm like, all right, man, I just hope you're really safe, and I hope you're able to get off that cruise. I have a feeling he is not getting off that cruise.
No, not.
Yeah.
Told him, man. He should have said, I hope that you're going to be okay, but I think it's a shitty idea when you're stuck. Remember what I told you.
Yeah, right. Totally. He works in healthcare too.
Bring one of those inflatable dinghy those little $80 rafts you can
just overboard.
I'm out, man. Peace.
Yeah. Jeez.
Get me out of here.
It was kind of funny because when he was like, I'm going on it. It's fine. There was a little bit of a hit, a doubt in it. You could tell. He's just kind of like, I'm just like, you telling yourself that, dude. I mean, I wish you the best. I obviously don't ever want to tell anybody I told you so about this kind of thing. But
no.
Hopefully he made it. I don't know. I won't know until I go back.
I told you when somebody comes up and says, hey, did you know this? And I'm like, actually, I did tell you that last week. And you were like, whatever. So I every once in a while, I'll be like, well, don't you remember when I said that exact thing?
Wedge salad, dude. Wedge salad.
Wedge salad. That's it. Cheers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the wedge salad. Ching. So that's a reference to a Modern Family episode where basically the wife, it's about the bigger idea of telling your significant other or anybody something over and over again, and they never listen to you, and then they come up to you one day and go, hey, did you know this thing? So his wife said, hey, man, you gotta try a wedge salad over and over and over again. And then he finally goes out to a restaurant with somebody else and has a wedge salad, and he comes back and goes, you gotta have a wedge salad. And it hits it around the head.
I've been talking about wedge salads for a decade.
Yeah, right.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hey, did you know that wearing a mask actually can reduce your ability, what? What?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Didn't the CDC tell us something different last week? I just believe what they say on the day. And I don't remember what they told me last week. I just want to, that's the new piece of news.
and I'm sure,
I need to follow that.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, oh, now it's okay to wear a mask.
Right.
It wasn't before, and now they said it. So reality has changed, So now, finally, because I feel better about that.
Mutated. It's mutated to the point where now we need masks.
Right.
We didn't know that, so thanks. I'm glad a couple weeks ago it was cool. Everything was safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The ignorant masses, pretty awful.
Yeah, my parents. I had been kind of hitting my parents up right off the bat about probably 2 months ago now, going hey, this is a deal. Stay home. Just please stay home. And my mom was a little more willing, and my dad was a little bit reluctant. And I was like, no, we should be wearing masks. And they were kind of like, really? And I'm like, yeah. They're all right. So they kind of they did it because I told them to. You know, and my dad had a bunch of N95 masks he was going to donate to the hospital, which is great. You know, like appreciate. I'm not saying let's not donate, but it wasn't a ton of masks, and that was all he had. So I was just like, will you just keep these masks? Because we don't know how long we're going to be in this situation. We don't know if you're going to need these masks. Like, just do me a favor and keep them, please. And he capitulated and kept them. And now they're kind of like, all right, yeah, you know, you're right. You know, so I was just like, man, I got to feel like the crazy person. You know, the conspiracy theorist. You know, for just to be safe. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was flying. Almost 3 months ago now. You know, flying to New York, and I was the only one with a mask for sure. Only one with a mask. I got there, and you know, I had this conversation with my family. I'm like, it's gonna be crazy, everybody. No, you think? I'm like, yeah, I think it's gonna get crazy. All right. Well, hope you're wrong. Me too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I hope I'm wrong. And it's like I'm okay being wrong on those things, but principle of precaution.
Oh, I guess over my corner is the messy part we haven't done yet.
It doesn't look too messy. It just looks like your bike hanging up. We can imagine it's not messy.
I got a whole wall of pegboards, so I'm trying to put everything up in the pegboard and you know get a system together while I have my opportunity. You know, when you live somewhere with winter and snow that's really cold, there's a certain point where your garage is just it's a winter storage place. Like there is no more work you're going to do in the garage. You can't really can't store stuff that's liquid. You can't, you know, you drive your car in to park your car in the garage and snow falls off. So everything on the ground of the garage gets totally soaking wet. And then it's this salty water, you know, from the salt on the road. So it's just a mess. So we got to do it at least twice a year, get it ready for summer, you know, spring, and then get it ready for winter. So now I'm trying to turn this into something these kids can, you know, have a little fun out here and spend some time out here. Yeah. I'm gonna pull out the throwing knives tomorrow, and I got a couple targets I'm building. So
yeah, there you go.
Throw some ninja stars maybe or some knives.
So we're past 30 minutes, but I want to give you the floor to talk about the Robert Kraft flying the N95 masks over. So go ahead, Mr. Patriots fan, do your victory lap right now.
You know, the Patriots. They're the Patriots. They're American first. It's not just New England. You know, so yeah, Robert Kraft. And Robert Kraft gave the green light, you know, but it's his operations director that's the real hero. He busted his ass trying to make this logistics thing happen. What happened was they went to China and picked up 1.6 million N95 masks and filled up the Patriots plane with masks and brought them back. And then immediately sent a truck to New York, a semi. It was branded Patriots, of course. So, you know, so everybody in New York.
Okay. That's okay.
The truck come in and, you know, even without Tom
Brady. Like, go Patriots on the, you know.
Yeah, they're all branded. They do say Patriots on the front. So, yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That would be great, actually. That'd be pretty cool.
Actually, no, it wouldn't, because you know New Yorkers would be like, I'm not wearing this thing.
Thousands of people are dying because they refuse to wear the Patriots N95 mask. Yep. Yeah, so that was cool. I thought it was great. You know, Robert Kraft is one of those owners. You know, he may make some personal decisions every once in a while that aren't the best, but he's a good man. He's a really good guy. He does great things for his community. And what a cool thing to literally it must have cost just to fly the plane back and forth $500,000. I mean, it's crazy. That's a huge plane, and the logistics and the people involved to do that. So really cool. Kudos to the Patriots.
Very awesome. All right.
Good show, man.
Yep. I'm all done, but cheers.
I'm almost. Cheers.
Yep. But yeah, day 20.
It's the weekend. We're gonna start a new week next week, and yeah, just like
new
that, I
things to
guess.
talk about, and
Yeah.
a lot of the same.
Yeah, just bigger numbers, more of the same stuff. There are some countries that their daily rate is dropping a bit. That's nice. Italy's daily infected rate is dropping. Spain's daily rate infected is dropping. Hope we get to see that in the U.S. and places.
Me too.
Else, yeah.
Well, stay safe, everybody.
Yep.
Wash your hands.
Hands.
Your face.
Don't touch your face. Yeah.
Eyes.
Yeah.
And cheers, everybody.
All right.
Be well.
Peace out.
Peace.